Able to tell you right now. Let's go to the Raleigh Emergency Management Center where Governor Roy Cooper is speaking right now. Let's take a listen.
An entire region of our state is still in a dangerous situation. The good thing is that 92 search and rescue teams have saved countless lives, and the search for people still goes on. We're grateful to the 18 states who have sent help to us. Thousands of line workers and utility workers, transportation workers, all trying to bring this area back. More than 1,000 National Guard soldiers are rescuing people. They've rescued more than 1,400 people so far, and they are deploying food and water and other supplies, many thousands of pounds. We're grateful for the quick actions and close communications that we have had with the President and with the FEMA team. Mr. Secretary, we're grateful to you and the President for sending Administrator Criswell, who has been on the ground with me in Western North Carolina as we are working to coordinate this massive, massive surge of help to Western North Carolina. And Mr. President, we know that we have made a lot of asks of you, and we're grateful for your ear and for your actions. This is going to be a long and difficult recovery, but talking with person after person in Western North Carolina, I know that we can come back and that we will come back, because the people of Western North Carolina are resilient. Working together, we can get through this. And I am proud to recognize my friend, the President of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Thank you, Gov. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't have to tell this group that Hurricane Helene has been a storm literally of historic proportions. The damage is still being assessed, and many people are still unaccounted for. So I'm here to say the United States, the nation, has your back. The nation has your back. We're not leaving till you're back on your feet completely. You know, we're in a situation where earlier this morning I met with state and local police in Greenville, South Carolina. Then I took an aerial tour of Western North Carolina to survey the damage. And came here in Raleigh to receive a briefing from all of you. And we've been working nonstop to provide the support that you need and the survivors need. You know, my heart goes out to everyone who has experienced the unthinkable loss, but we're here for you. And I want to thank Republican Governor of South Carolina and the Democratic Governor of North Carolina and all the elected officials who focused on the task at hand. In a moment like this, we put politics aside. At least we should put it all aside. We have here. There are no Democrats or Republicans, there are only Americans. And our job is to help as many people as we can, as quickly as we can, and as thoroughly as we can. You know, that's why even before the storm hit, I directed the entire federal government to use every possible resource to help communities across the nation, across the region, get ready. We deployed over 1,000 first responders throughout the Southeast. I immediately approved emergency declarations as soon as I received the request from your governors. Today, I approved the request of Governor Cooper for the federal government to cover 100% of all the costs for debris removal, emergency protective measures for 6 months, all the costs. Well, this really matters. There are 70 North Carolinians who are dead and hundreds more who are unaccounted for. And much of Asheville is underwater. I've flown over an awful lot of storm-damaged areas since I've been president. Matter of fact, most of many of them forest fires. And with the FEMA director and I have flown over more forest that's been taken down to the ground because of fires and a whole range of other reasons than makes up the entire state of Maryland. And so I've seen a lot, but we're looking at Asheville and just imagining what it must have been like sitting along those rivers and streams. as all that rain came down, what, 19 inches of rain, something like that? Incredible amount of rain. Watching homes, you could see homes that have moved from clearly from one side of the river down the river.
All right, you're listening to President Joe Biden sitting next to North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, saying that he has approved a request from Cooper to cover 100% of debris removal for 6 months in the state. President Biden thanking both Governor Roy Cooper and South Carolina Governor Henry
He really put
McMaster.
politics aside. I mean, I think that was one of the big things that he said on top of what he's going to be able to do for the next 6 months in terms of the recovery, just being able to give the relief to the people that need it in that area. But that was a big statement, Morgan, that he just said. He said, right now, this is about us coming together. It's not about being a Democrat or Republican. Of course, Henry McMaster being a Republican governor in South Carolina, Governor Roy Cooper being a Democrat here. Now you can be able to see he thanked them both. And moving forward, he has his plan as to how he's really going to get people help.
Yeah, Governor Cooper also thanking those who have been on the ground to coordinate this surge of help that's gone to Western North Carolina, saying that he's been thankful for the president's ear and his actions. He said that this is undoubtedly going to be a long road to recovery.
It really is, and one of the big things too that came out of this is more than 1,000 troops on the ground being able to help give the aid and being able to know how to be able to try and find more people, because this recovery effort is still there, that we're able to see what's going to happen in the next few weeks and the few months to come.